Hello. Ooh, yes, exactly. Welcome to Reaper Errant on Reaper Miniatures. I am excited. We're going to play some D&D. If you, real quick, I'm going to say if you watched last 2 weeks ago, you know that we're right about ready to tackle a Hydra fight, but we're going to make you wait just a little bit because first I'm going to say thank you, all the thank yous I need to and want to, and then we're joined by Gooseneck this time around. So Gene is back, and we'll do a little bit with Gooseneck before we get to the Hydra, which really won't take that long. Bobby will be joining us. He's got home repair things going on right now. So I want to say thank you to Reaper Miniatures for allowing me to do this. This is awesome, and I appreciate it very much, and I appreciate all of you out there watching it. And I love this group of players. I'm talking ecstatically fast. I don't know why. The camera's on, that's why. And I want to say thank you to Sirenscape for some of the background and ambient music that you'll hear today. And then we'll start in reverse of how I usually do and let the players introduce themselves and who they'll be playing today. And we'll start at the bottom right with Jen.
I'm Jen. I am playing Kay Nimblewit, a human rogue.
Rhonda.
I'm Rhonda Bender. I'm playing Fathom, a tiefling magic user. But I do just want to say I recently learned, like a few hours ago, that March 4th is DM Appreciation Day. So I want to say thank you to Frank and all of the team that makes this possible.
I was not aware.
Who are we appreciating?
So, wow.
Frank.
Dungeon Master Appreciation Day.
Wow, I always appreciate Frank, especially when he has
I know.
the
I was going
ability
to say,
kill me.
Rhonda's kind of stepped into your character there.
It's D&D Dungeon Master
today.
Appreciation Day too, right? Just to clarify. Thank you. I'm surprised. I did not. I'm caught unawares. Thank you, Michael.
Well, my setup isn't here today, so at least not here yet. I'm Michael. I play Abram, the more mighty than Pugh, totally abdominable. Pugh doesn't have any abs. Wood Elf Ranger with an attitude problem. Yeah, he probably has one.
I have lost my batteries.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let's and hey, Abram can't help being Abram. That's all I have to say.
Sorry about that, Michael. But I did hear up
Can't
to
help the way he was born and raised.
No, can't help that stuff. And
no, there's the gnome.
Look, he's back. But we'll get to Pugil in just a moment. First, we'll go Corncob.
Hi, I'm Jason Weeby. I'm playing Corncob Thunderbludgeon, a cleric who is now kind of got it out for Abram, I think, a little bit.
Really? Do you think that was maybe a bit much?
What do you
just
mean?
sliding the sword into
all I did was say, "Hey, look, here's a slot," and the next thing you know, boom.
He's sticking his sword in things.
We didn't talk to anybody, didn't consult with anybody. That was it. That's okay.
Well, perhaps it will work out for the best.
I was a cleric of some repute. Now I'm going to be just a bunch of dust.
I mean, it's just a Hydra. Thank you.
Fully functional Hydra.
Gene.
Hi, I'm Gene Van Horn. I'll be playing Gooseneck, the Lizard Barbarian, or Lizard Man Barbarian, and I'm ready to insert myself into this Hydra madness. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
No pun intended.
Oh yeah, hilarious.
It's perfect timing. Things are going to get serious. Gooseneck.
Yes, I do have a track record of getting eaten, so
yeah. We've had 2 weeks to think about it.
It would not be
make all of our plans, which seem to be mostly run away.
Oh, well, we'll see what plans get executed here as we start.
I thought it was put barbecue sauce on the elf and then run away.
Yeah, Pujol's going to call the plan for today, so we'll listen to Pujol.
Okay.
Hopefully,
So-
his polymorph into a hedgehog spell is working.
Next up, Bobby, you want to introduce yourself and who you're playing?
Oh, are we live?
Yes, sir.
We are
Oh
live.
my god.
Sorry, I'm sorry I'm tardy. I've been wrestling with broken air conditioners.
And that's okay.
I am Bobby Jackson. I play the mighty and indomitable Pugh, gnome bard, armed with my trusty war harp and positive mental attitude, as usual.
I enjoy this. Okay, so that is our players and their characters for this evening. And I am Frank. I am the DM. I'm going to do a quick recap for you all that are watching, for those that didn't miss, and then we'll find out what Gooseneck is up to, because there was following an attack of Sahuagin and a little storm at sea. There was some damage found on the ship. The damage was temporarily repaired with Corncob's amazing functional items of being able to go out to sea underwater and patch from the outside some of the water pouring into the ship. They made it to an island at the request of the navigator, who believed this island was the great place to go, and I was also excited about being able to map the inside. Morgoth is a cartographer and got super excited about the opportunity. Drug everybody here. They managed to careen the ship, and the party went off, leaving Gooseneck to recover from the shaky seas back in the cabin. Gooseneck was, before we get to Gooseneck, as they traveled through to the center of the island, do a little bit of mapping and various terrain heights, they found some wildlife. There was some boar. They met a giant stag beetle of sorts, which did not welcome them, but they took care of that. And then they found these old ruins that looked to be elven. There seemed to be some sort of opening that looked about the size to fit a sword, and there was some writing on a plaque that implied that if you gave yourself and stuck your sword in there, you would get some sort of reward. So Abran jumped at the opportunity, put his sword in there, that crumbled away, and out popped a hydra. That's where we ended. So up on this platform, we have Morgoth, who is now kind of backpedaling back. We have the 5 adventuring party of Fathom, Kay, looking Abram, Pugh, and Corncob all around this hydra. And then back at camp, Gooseneck, as the ship was, as they pulled up on beach and there was some bumpiness, you could sleep through that. As they started shifting things below deck and making a bunch of noise, you could sleep through that. But then when they careened the ship over onto its side and you fell tumbling out of your bed, you couldn't sleep through it any longer. And you can see, after you've gotten out and you've gotten onto the beach, the ship is careened up. The Silver Swan is over on her side, and everybody is out doing various things. Cook has run off to get some herbs, but has a delightful little meal cooking on a spit, and acknowledges you, tells you it's not ready yet. It's actually like a pig, a full pig. They pulled some beverages out. They've got a big cask of grog out there on the beach as well. They are basically working and eating, enjoying the weather, enjoying their time on the beach, and enjoying a little bit of the perishables that are not going to last forever. When you get onto the beach, you hear of your friends going off into the forest, following Morgoth, or escorting Morgoth, really. What would you like to do?
Save some room for that giant beetle, though, Gene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. knowing my companion's penchant for trouble, I think I will grab a piece of that pig, sneak a piece of pig off the thing, and I'm going to go looking for my compatriots and see if I can find out what's going on. Hopefully, they're not sticking swords in holes and whatnot, and bringing monsters to the fore. But
Perish
hopefully,
the
we can
thought.
figure that out.
Okay, two things as you do this. One, sleight of hand check to see if anybody notices you steal a piece of this pork, because they will tell Cook, and Cook.
Okay. Well, I better do that. Let's see. Sleight of hand. I got a +1. 7.
Okay.
Oh.
At least two people in the area saw you pull off a piece early and gave you a look that was part jealous, and admiration, because they also would love a piece of this that is beginning to smell, and part, you're going to be in trouble now. Somehow, I'm not backing you up if someone asks what happened to this pork. And it's pretty easy to tell the looks, and then they go about their way on business. So
You can always pull off a piece of the cook.
That's right. That's right. Pugil does not like the goblin cook named Cook. Questions, at least questions about their whatever it is. The next thing, Gooseneck, is how this is going to dictate how quickly you arrive to the aid of your companions. You got to follow their tracks as they kind of meander about through some underbrush, across the sand, beaches. Make a survival check.
Okay. I know the direction they're.
Yeah, you do know the direction. They're headed inland, but it's not a perfectly round-shaped island, so you can't just head for the middle.
Okay. Survival check. 9 + 1, 10.
10. Okay. We are going to put you back 1 round. That's not too bad. And now we'll go to our friends who are battling the Hydra. I have to admit, I think I kept everybody where they were placed, but there is a chance. Wait a minute, Abrand's up here. I know that. There's a chance that maybe someone was moved. I'm not 100% positive.
I'm back on the ship talking to the first mate.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
No better than that.
Where's the fun in that?
No, I said it really. Oh, it won't be fun.
Okay, so back at the battle, you were all need to roll initiative. Actually, Gooseneck, I'm going to need you to roll initiative as well.
Okay.
We are going to take this.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I get advantage. 18.
18 for Gooseneck. Pugil.
Sorry, I was muted. 16.
Oh, yeah, I got to...
I'd rather be there. Look how pastoral that is.
Taken away just like that. Corn Cob, what was your initiative?
It is a 14.
14, okay. Abram?
19.
Fathom?
18.
Okay.
7.
7. Wow, okay. Oh, guess what? I need to roll initiative too. Ooh. Okay, so I already know Gooseneck's not going to be available this round. However, Abran, right up front there, you got your sword in the stone. You've kind of fallen back a little bit as this thing pops up.
Now I had rolled a dexterity save, so I probably had backed off a tiny bit. Maybe that's taken into account there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your turn. You get to go first.
I am going to cast Zephyr Strike. And back away a good distance to start utilizing my bow and other projectiles.
All right. A good distance for you is going to be no more than 30 feet.
Yeah, less than that.
Okay.
15 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put you
I
there.
don't want to get, yeah. And then I'm still able to utilize both attacks with my bow, right?
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
it just if I throw a fireball, does that take one of my actions or does it take both of them?
So you only get one action. Having 2 attacks just means that when you use the attack action, you get to attack twice.
Okay.
But fireball would be its own
Well,
action, so you could do
I want
that.
to I want to do some damage to him first and then fireball him.
Okay.
So the first one, 20 to hit.
Yeah, it's a solid strike in
It's
one
not a
of the
natural though.
mini heads.
And that's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then another 20 to hit. No, 24 to hit. 15 plus 7. And that's 21 points of damage.
Okay. Ooh, broken lead. Okay. You comfortable with where you are in this combat there, Abran? A good 20 feet away from this creature down there?
Yes.
Okay. In that case,
I wanted to be within quick bow shot, but a little bit out of striking range if possible. So I can,
okay.
because I lost my sword, all I have is my bow right now.
So let me, this is a little bit unfair. I did not sort of show everybody on the battlefield here. Let me at least put my pencil down the show. Pugil, you're hiding right here. You can't see, but you're right next to Corncob. Corncob, you're in sight there. Of course, your friend Morgott, he's right here hanging out. This is you over here, Kay. You're in the back. Fathom, you are right here behind this tree back there on that side. And it is Fathom's turn.
I'm assuming that if I did a fireball, could I do it so that, Peugeot and Corncob are like right there. Can I hold my action until after they go and see if they move?
Yes, you could hold your action. There is also, if you made a reasonably simple Arcana check, you could place the fireball in a location that would hit neither you
Okay.
nor Corncob and Pugil if you wanted to launch that.
But if she fails, does she hit us?
If she fails, then it's 50-50. She errs on her side or your side.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Maybe I should just hold my action. I can see the scaring that I should just hold my action.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they move,
I think I left my asbestos undergarments back on the ship.
Just making sure. Okay,
Well,
so
they don't
you're gonna
fit under your pants, your otter pants.
I know. They kind of conflict if you think about it.
if move, launch fireball. Got it. Corncob. Wait, nope. Sorry, Pugil.
I would like to move and move towards Morgott and try to hustle him out of harm's way.
Okay.
For my move. But then can I still cast a spell?
Yeah, you can move him a total of about 5 feet and move him a little bit back, and you would be able to cast a spell as well.
Okay, then I'll cast my Wall of Thorns since we haven't had a rest of any kind, so my polymorph and most of my spells are gone, right?
Well, the only thing whatever you've used on that.
Yeah, I
beetle.
rested on the way in, but I already used some of my spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already used it. So those. So the only thing I've really got left is the Wall of Thorns, which I will place in between Corncob and the Hydra.
Okay.
And try to surround the Hydra, so no matter which way he goes, he's going to have to pass through it.
Oh, all right. We're going to put this wall right there. It's kind of in your face, corn cob. But I'm going to steal from this back here. And we're going to circle around the Hydra.
How high is this wall of thorns?
10 feet, is it not, Pugh?
Yes, it's 10 feet high, 5 feet thick, or a circle that has a 20-foot diameter and is up to 20 feet high and 5 feet thick.
Okay. It is a circle. If you wanted to surround them all the way, it is a circle with a 20 feet diameter. And
Okay.
how high is
So
that?
am I then within the circle?
No, you're right outside. He just he dropped it right
Okay.
in between you and the Hydra.
Because that would be a dirty trick.
Yeah, that would be. Well, if it had been Abran, we might have adjusted the circle, but since it's
Yeah.
our cleric, I'm not going to do that.
Nice. Okay. All right. So thorn wall, very nice. It's right in
But we
between.
can still see it in order to attack it.
Yes, it's heads. Now, if you wanted to go for the body at this point, you could not.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
no.
You've got its heads.
Right.
All right.
And
it
has to make a dex save or take damage.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. My dexterity saving throw is not great. It is 8. Give me some damage.
31.
Oh.
Let's do it. My dexterity saving throw. I heard me for a second.
Huh?
All right, 31.
Seems like
All right.
Michael Proctor.
It scrapes sort of down against the body across one of its necks, fairly hard across one of its necks. As it comes down. As it does, one of its sort of, I don't know, got sort of a long head that was reaching out over towards Corncob. When that wall went down, that's what it mostly injured, ripped it open. Corncob, just a lot of blood comes out. You can tell as it hits the thorn vines, it is acidic. It starts to spew. The thorns start to kind of burn away with an acidic sort of burn. And that head just kind of falls a little bit limp at the moment.
Okay. So I'll yell out acid blood, I guess, on my turn.
Okay, it is your turn now.
So I'll yell acid blood. I'll move back 20 feet directly away from it. I think our best bet is to stay non-clustered here.
You are basically parallel with Morgott and Pugil back
And I'm
there.
going to go ahead and cast Toll the Dead. So you need to
Oh.
save on your wisdom.
Wisdom, okay.
15.
13, that's, the toll is strong.
Not going to do it, I don't think.
Oh, I did not save.
So take 12 points and you're glowing.
I'm glowing with toll?
Oh, no,
okay.
no, you're not. Sorry.
Okay. You scared me for a moment, Corncob. Okay, toll the
No,
dead.
it's necrotic, not radiant. You're right. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Then it's well, hang on. It's 2d12. Sorry about that. Me go back here. Oh, not much better. Take 14 instead of 12.
Oh, okay. That is better though. All right. You
Since they both move, do I do my fireball now?
they both move back, and just as they back off, you can launch your fireball at it.
Right.
Boom. That's just a saving throw on my part, right? Dexterity?
Yes, Dex 14.
Okay. You launch it just right at perfect level inside the thorn wall. Somehow, however, it ducks down, writhes around, and as this ball launches around it, you feel like you hit it. It obviously is sizzling and smoking, but not all the damage you got through. But I'll take half of whatever you rolled.
Okay, so that would be 14.
All right. And well-timed. Oh, let's see. Joel, what's it take to get through this thorn wall of yours? Because it's kind of angry, and it's coming for, well, actually, let's find out who it's coming for. Your area at Pugil, Corncob, Morgott is 1 and 2. Abran, you're going to be 3 and 4. And then this lovely fireball launch from behind it is going to be 5 and 6. It's coming for Pugil and Corncob, but what do it take? How is that wall going to stop it?
It's got 5 feet of thorns it has to pass through, which means another savings throw or more damage.
Okay. It pushes through aggressively, just rending at itself, and you can see the thorns dig in and rip back flesh. The saving throw is a 17 dexterity.
The target is a 14, I think.
Okay, so that is a save as it pushes through.
Damn. How many heads does it have left?
Well, it's got 4 that are up and 1 kind of held down a little bit.
We only have 1 navigator to feed it.
Yeah.
We have to cut the navigator into 4 parts. I think that's our
okay.
next move.
It can only move 1 foot per 4 feet of movement.
That went for while I'm passing through it, right?
That's right.
All right. I thought that might also slow it down. So it gets out, it rips through, it doubles up all of the speed it can muster, and that's enough to get it in your faces as it's pushing through. But it took all of its willpower and movement to get there to you.
It takes 14 more points of damage.
All right. Because it saved, so it takes half, right?
It took 28.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 28, so 14.
Okay, Kay, you see all this happening around you. It is broken free of that, and it is your turn. Let's see if I can get another shot.
Is there any cover?
There's a bit. The thorn wall, fortunately, that Pugil has placed is a kind of cover. Also, I think I'm going to pull some of these trees down around so the camera can get in here, but there's a large, very fancy-looking plant that's cover-like to you. Pulling some trees off so we can see. And then, so you can use the thorn walls cover, you can use the weird plant species, or you could even kind of duck down on the other side of the, I guess the place where Abran's sword was. Okay, I got you.
I think I will go for the weird plant or behind the thorn wall, whichever will give me some amount of cover, but will still leave me an avenue where I can shoot at it.
Okay. At this point, it's probably a thorn wall. I'll just move you slightly over there. Of course, feel free to take your shots before you move over there.
Okay. That is a 24 to hit it.
All right, so you're there, you duck behind it, and 24 is slicingly accurate into this thing.
All right. Is there anybody within 5 feet of it?
Yes, it has moved up right into Corncob's range. So, yes.
So that'll be 16 points of damage because I rolled very poorly on my sneak attack.
Oh. All right. Top of the round, Abran, you are...
All right. Abran is clutching his necklace, but he's concerned since the fireball has a 20-foot radius. How big is the Hydra? Would the Hydra absorb most, if not all, of the fireball explosion, or is that going to bleed over into Corncob?
So it won't. Unfortunately, the magic of fireballs will move around any objects. It's not going to stop them. However, if you set it towards the middle of this well, basically where you put your sword before, right in here, it would still reach the Hydra without hitting anybody else.
I'd like to try that because we need to make sure that we're keeping fire on this guy.
Okay.
You have a Dex 15 to save.
All right.
For the necklace.
12. He's focused on Corncob, Pugil, and Little Morgoth.
28 points of damage.
All right. Wow. Vicious. We're all so vicious.
I gotta mark one off now.
You do. So you pop a bead off your necklace and throw it out at him.
Throw it out at him. It's a little bit more easier to think of it that way, to throw it there. You're not casting it straight. You're just throwing a thing and it's blowing up.
Yep, it just erupts on impact. Everything around it's getting, burned, but there's nothing up there to catch on fire dangerously. So, this large explosive eruption is something, Gooseneck, you hear and see as you're coming up, following the trail through the foliage.
Abran must have thrown one of his beads.
It's the familiar roar of a fireball.
With Abran cheering, fireball!
I smell burnt lizard.
40 feet away from this Hydra. And it's your turn.
Okay, well, I will so I can see it and I can see everybody. Which side am I coming from?
You are coming from the seaside. You're right here, basically. That's your little sword.
Oh, okay. I see.
Club profile there.
Alrighty. Well, let's see. 40 feet. Let's just run up and try to chop one of its heads off.
All right.
There we go.
Leaping. Yeah!
From nowhere, Gooseneck.
That's a big swing and a miss. How about a 4?
So Gooseneck, excited for all of this possible combat, comes running out of nowhere through the underbrush, swinging wildly with Gooseneck's first attack. You get more than one, though, Gooseneck, at your level. I think you do.
Well, yeah, let's try it again.
He was just under the weather, poor guy.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about that pig I was eating. That's good.
Yeah, he's still limbering up.
That's a little bit better. That's a 10.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait. That's a 16. I'm sorry.
Well, that's a
16.
That's a
that
big
hit?
difference. That does hit. So
9 plus 7.
that's maybe not as an aggressive bite of the blade that you wanted into the Hydra's body, but you got a good chunk. How much damage was that?
7 plus 4. 11.
Wow, okay. All right, Gooseneck. You've run up,
Take
made
that,
a slice.
lizardkin.
Yeah, that's also unfortunate, maybe. Okay. It is... Ooh. Fathom, it's your turn. In the back right of the
Looks like
screen.
Fireball is no longer a good move.
Yeah, it's a little touchy now, yeah.
I will do Eldritch Blast instead. Rolled 23.
23. Wow, that's a solid thunk the back of the head. So,
Actually, I guess I have to roll twice, one for each.
yeah, one for each blast.
The second one is 13.
Not quite the
Not-
attack you were looking for.
All right, so the first
Goes a
one
little lower.
does 4 points of damage.
Okay. One of the heads falls. Oof. So, it looks like all of them are a little bit, all the heads are a little kind of scuffed up from fire and such, but two of them are hanging kind of limply down. All right. Pugil.
I'm going to continue to hustle the Morgott out of range,
Okay.
and I'll move him as far as we can get, and still be able to turn around and fire a toothpick from my tiny crossbow at this thing.
You are way
Not to
back
hit
on the
Gooseneck.
edge. There's like a, I don't know, a 15-foot drop now that Morgott's a little bit scared of, that he's backed right up against, and you turn around for your shot.
Okay. 18.
Accurate, an accurate toothpick shot, if you will.
3 points of damage.
Well, it worked with the
Good.
beetle.
Point.
Yeah,
Have a toothpick.
it is good. All right, so move and attack. Corncob, you're right up there in its face.
I'm going to. Well, can I still move backwards?
Only if you would use your whole action to be careful about it would you be able to move backwards without enraging one of its heads to strike at you. So, yes, but you would either do it at your own peril or forego your attacks to move backwards.
So I can't cast a spell and move in this circumstance.
You can if you're willing for it to strike down at you.
I'm not willing for that.
Okay.
Go with that. All right, I'm gonna cast my last remaining guiding bolt.
Okay.
With a 23.
That is a solid hit on him. It radiates around him with a radiant sort of energy. And as it does encompass him, you all can see that his whole body is glowing radiantly for whoever attacks him next. How much damage did you do with that, Corncob?
24 points.
24
Wow.
points. Okay. All right. As you do that, another head just sort of falls
On
down.
my, I'm also going to cast Shillelagh on my reserve.
Oh,
my
okay.
whatever.
Yep.
So that's good.
Okay. So 2 heads. One is striking down at Corncob, and the other is striking down at Gooseneck. All right, Corncob. I'm using
me.
these Pete's Dungeon dice, but might have just saved you. Does a 16 hit you?
I have an 18 armor class.
No. Okay. So it snaps right beside your head, just a little bit disoriented, injured. Another head comes snapping down towards you, Gooseneck. That is a 24.
Ouch.
That hits.
Okay.
But I'm refreshed from my nap.
You are refreshed from your nap.
Yeah, this will knock the cobwebs off you.
That is 24 points of piercing damage as it rips into your flesh.
All right.
Yeah. That'll
leave a mark.
At the end of its turn, let's see, there was no fire. Yeah, okay. At the end of its turn, one of its heads sort of, where it was laying kind of limp, sort of splits open and 2 heads come out of the top. So there's 4 heads again. Well, not again, but we're back to 4 heads with the husk of one kind of hanging lowly at it.
Now, should we be indicating whether we're trying to hit the heads or if we're trying to hit the body? Or does it matter?
It mechanically doesn't matter unless you want to do
Okay.
it flavor-wise. All right. Kay, it is your turn. From back behind the thorns.
I would like to shoot it.
Okay.
I rolled a 23 to hit.
Excellent.
That is a well-guided missile.
There's still people over there, right?
Yeah, Corncob and Gooseneck are right by it. Yep.
All right, so then that'll be 16 damage.
As you strike it with this arrow, okay, it just sort of stiffens up a little bit and then slips over lifeless, motionless at the feet of Corncob and Gooseneck. With your arrow.
The whole
sticking out of
thing
the
or
back
just
of
one
it.
head?
The whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Ooh.
trust that.
Start head chopping. Chop those
Yep.
heads off.
Chop, 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 chop.
Okay, so you continue to just...
Beware
Chop
the
the heads
acid
up.
blood.
yeah.
I want to hit it with a
I
chill
don't have a
touch, so-
sword. I'll just be pulping.
Okay. Yeah, the blood is acidic. You realize after any close chops that it is like splashing onto you and burning. The chill touch, however, is wonderful.
I can keep those coming.
What how much do you want to dice this body up? It is sliced up quite a bit, all the heads and such.
As long as
All
the
the
heads
heads
are
are off.
off.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got all the heads off.
Do we need to burn it
Yeah.
on top of it? I don't know much about hydras.
Make a history check, Corncob.
Oh, I have a survival, but my history is not worth shit. Oh, I got an 18 though.
As far as you know, it's if it's not growing heads back again, then you're good.
All right.
Are we out of
Start
turns?
gunk all
You
over
are
the
out
place
of you
where
are out of turn.
George is.
Okay, I'd like to move up to and look down to where my sword went.
Sword's gone.
Well,
You said it vaporized.
But we might have passed the test. Or it might just be a cunning way to get people to wreck their swords.
This
All
was
right.
just
Didn't
writing our
Kay-
name at the
didn't
top of the
Kay's-
paper part.
Didn't Kay's journal say something about you get what you deserve?
Abran read
Yes,
the
that's what I'm afraid of.
description, and it
Not
said
stand
stick
too
the
close to
sword
Abran.
in. Abran read
In case
the
I
elven
get what he
description
deserves.
that Kay was writing down, and maybe she transposed it incorrectly, but what she wrote down, I translated in Elvish to mean stick the sword in the hole. So I was just following orders.
Well, I mean,
Abran was.
that's
Some
accurate.
long dead elf you never met. I'm an elf chiseler.
Got to trust the elves.
Since
Okay.
when?
So you get up there, Abran. You look down where all this crumbled out of. Seems like a very dark, just sort of confined hole into the ground directly. Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Why won't you
21.
just jump in?
21.
21. You don't see your sword, but you do see, after about 10 feet down, the hint of a stairwell that seems to circle down.
I relay that information and hop down the 10 feet.
I love that. That's great.
You don't want to talk
Elf
about taking a risk,
reconnaissance.
right?
Wow.
Well, all right.
There.
So you put a sword in the hole and a hydra came out. Now you put yourself in an even bigger hole. Now what's going to happen?
Well, we can stand up here.
Roll a new character.
Yeah.
So yeah, you watch as Abran just sort of dips beneath the plane of the hole as he leaps down into it. Are you gonna follow?
Okay, so do you guys want to go, or do you just want to make some popcorn and watch?
I think I want to take my mason's tools and chisel. Here lies Abran.
Hey, I know Gooseneck's coming. That's all
I'll
I
jump
know.
down. I'll help him.
See,
I'll help him.
I know Gooseneck's coming.
Put some light down before we go.
I don't know what he's doing, but I'll go.
No.
I'll go help my buddy.
I forgot to add. I did do a side glance over at Gooseneck, and no words were spoken. But it was, yeah, you're coming.
Okay.
Can anyone cast some kind
I'll
of
go
light
down.
down there?
I'll jump down. Axe in hand.
Okay. Light. No one has cast any light down there. Would you like to?
And
Oh, the
then
hell
what,
with it. I can see in the dark. I'll jump down too. What the hell?
Yeah.
I could use a
Not
little
fine.
light. Somebody cast
you
some
not-
light for me.
You don't have dark vision?
I'm a
You don't
lizard.
have light.
Oh.
I got no
lizards
light
can
at
see in
all.
the dark?
Cold-blooded.
He goes to sleep when it's dark and cold.
Oh.
Uh-huh. So,
me get-
Pugh, you feel a little tug behind you on your clothing.
Yes.
Morgoth, he says,
Yes.
he looks at you and goes, I'm not interested in spelunking. I wanted to document the layout on the surface and some elevation. And are we going down there?
Yes.
Why don't we secure their exit for now? What I'll do is I'll take my rope, and since even elves can't spring 10 feet like Michael Jordan, I'll take my rope and secure one end to a tree and hang the other end down into the hole so they'll have a way to get out
Mm.
when they need to retreat.
Okay.
Thanks, Pugh.
You're welcome.
Huh.
My brain may be small, but I'm using it.
Yep. I like your use of the word when instead of if, too.
Fathom, Kay?
I'm looking down there. What do we see? I do have dark vision.
Yours is 60 feet.
Yes.
Okay. So when you look over the edge and you look down, you also see the stairwell. You see Abran, followed by Gooseneck, followed by Corncob, sort of walking down this spiral staircase down. They're already about 40 feet down.
So no eyes glinting in the distance or anything like that?
No, this looks like it's like a straight round shaft that leads down. You can't see necessarily where it breaks off at the bottom, or stairs or passages come in and out from your angle, at least.
So we have someone that can see at the dark at the front and the back, and we have the lizard man in the center.
Can I get down
order-wise?
my amazing ability to do acrobatic things?
So it's just a 10-foot jump down, which is okay. You're able to do that, and then walking down some very old stairs that aren't too treacherous.
Should have waited to see what Kay did, but I'm not much smarter than the rest of these guys. So.
Okay, down Fathom goes.
Wait, good job, Fathom. Go team.
Okay, how about yourself?
I'm pretty sure Pugh can fend off whatever's going to come for the gnome navigators. So
Yeah.
Does Morgott look like he can be talked into going down there, or is he just, he's out?
No, he could probably be talked into it. He just looks a little. I mean, he's just got
he
that
may not
look
want to
like,
stay up here all by himself.
I don't. Yeah, it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit like, ooh, I'm up here, and all of you are down there, but I don't want to go down there. Oh, well,
that's the best kind of peer pressure. Fear.
Yeah, but he doesn't look particularly recalcitrant about anything.
Yeah.
Ooh, recalcitrant.
Well, it's like this. We're gonna have to go down to keep the rest of them out of trouble. You can either come along, where at least we'll be around to look after you, or you can stay up here with the 600-pound boars and the giant beetles.
And there might be more hydras. You never know.
I guess I'll follow along. I can map the inside of a cave. He just turns a couple pages, puts a little notation, and goes, I'll go with you.
All right. To be perfectly honest, I'm not excited about this either, but it is what it is.
Okay. You go down.
Pujol?
It is Dungeons and Dragons. It's not, Pastoral Islands and Dragons.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Pugil,
Hydras and holes.
You take one are you going to go join them?
Yes, as long as I'm going to take my time to make sure the rope is secure.
Yep.
Of course you are.
And
the rope is secure.
Okay, and then I'll follow down.
You take one last look back over your shoulder at a slightly setting sun. Take a deep breath and hop into the hole behind them.
On rappel.
Okay. So, all right. Actually, it's a little bit earlier than we take a break, but it might be a good time because I get to scene change and we won't have to get engrossed into the next section. I'm going to try to keep this tonight around 2.5 hours total, and I assume that will be good. Yep, there is a nice shot of the hole that they have now hopped into. Good luck for them. So we should take our break now. We'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes. Get up, stretch, refill our cups and glasses, and I will also set up the area they went into. So
we're all in a hole, and this is the one episode Gene doesn't have his hole.
Oh
no!
Dang it!
Oh wow!
I don't have my donut hole.
So we'll see you all back here if that's okay with you, Justin.
You gotta
in,
get a hold of the
10 or
movers.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Hang in there.
File a lost item claim.
See, come back and see what adventures we have in store.
You could have at least waited until everybody had a chance to recover their spells, dude.
No. There's magic down there. There's magic prizes down there.
Yeah, he
Maybe.
thinks
Yeah, it's
since
still
he
gonna be there
stuck the sword in
tomorrow.
the slot, he gets all the reward. I don't think that's going to
No.
happen.
Hello and welcome back. We are back after the group has traversed down a very long set of spiral stairs. There have been some areas that have been a little bit damp. Water has flown out of the sides a little bit. And you hear Morgoth at one point say, I'm not positive, but I think we're below the water line.
Cool.
And that's a good 30 or 40, maybe 50 feet before you actually hit the bottom here.
Well, the lizard man and I both spent time among dwarves. Can we see if the stone is sweating in any particular fashion? It wouldn't be if we were above the water line.
Oh, good. Yeah, absolutely. I will let you both, the two of you, roll. We'll go with, I don't know. You tell me what check you think will make this work, and tell me what your roll was on it.
I'd use my survival, actually.
Okay.
Investigation or perception? I don't know. What do you
Let's
think?
go perception.
Perception? All right.
I got a 24.
Ugh. I got a 6.
Okay. Gooseneck.
Listen to me on this one, Gooseneck.
One cavern, it looks like most of the caverns.
It's rock. What do you want?
Yeah, so yes. There is some sweating happening on some of the stones. And Corncob, you feel like the stone in question, I know I'm zoomed in on this, so I don't know if it's exactly right, is this wall over here. I'll put camera 2 on it. That wall seems to be
very atmospheric.
a little extra moisture coming through, and that's right over this way.
Okay.
As you kind of observe around, it seems to be a room. You do see some scraps hanging around, a bit of rotten vegetation. It's a little bit murky down here. It's damp. There's a salty smell in the air, so you feel like it's seawater that's weeping in, not fresh water. At least that's kind of the impression it gives you.
Is it salty? Can he taste it? Lick the wall, Abran.
Well, I mean,
lick the wall, Abran.
Pugh, you see Corncob.
Yeah, that's your reward, you
wall.
wall licker.
Look, you bunch of window lickers.
So when you get close to this wall, Corncob, you can see actually that salt is sort of building up on it. The water, you could probably pull clean water off of it. It's filtering through fairly clean in most areas, but it's, maybe because it's coming through heavily here, you see bits of, it's got salt, it's leaving deposited behind it.
So it looks like this wall is leaching a little bit of dampness. Cool. I don't feel like it's dangerous, though. I don't think.
Don't poke any holes in it.
Before
so that's not
well, we're just below the water table, is all.
Yeah. Before you, Pugil, I heard Kay say something.
It was not important.
Okay. Pugil?
That's ominous.
Do we see any sign of the Hydra's habitation, or does it appear that he was summoned by the spell?
I will give you an investigation, 1 round while you're investigating. I will find out what Abran's doing, and then at the end I will tell you what you discover when you look at it like that. Abran, what are you doing in the meantime?
I wanted to look around the room, so I guess that'd be part of the investigation.
Yep,
Yes.
yep. You make an investigation as well.
A natural 20 plus 2.
Joel, what did you get?
No,
That's
I'm
a good way
licking
to
the wall.
waste it. That's good. Good way to waste a nat 20.
Joel's licking the wall. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Well,
Way to go, teammate.
the water in most of the place is refreshing, but it's a little salty where Corncob was at. Abran, as you investigate the wall around, you don't see any signs that there was actual living here of that hydra. It's almost like it must have been magically summoned to your location.
Ooh.
Also, however, when you investigate around, you roll natural 20, but what is your total investigation even after that natural 20?
22.
22. Okay. So you find an area where it looks like it may bits of salt are coming down, a lot of other minerals, limestone, and they have formed this mineral waterfall over what you recognize as an opening behind it. Like maybe this passageway went further and deeper at one time, but years, a great number of years, has formed a mineral wall in front of it. You're willing to...
okay. So the water isn't flowing, but the minerals have followed the course of the water.
Yeah.
And solidified.
Yeah.
So I call Gooseneck over and say, use your axe and let's whackety whack this hole bigger. We need to go back in here.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, let the water flow in and drown us.
There's a passage. It's sealing up the passage
Water
very
needs a
slowly
passage.
with the drainage. No, the water, there's salt in the water, and it's calcifying.
We can see through gaps in this mineralization to a void behind it. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what I've detected.
So if there was water, it's not holding water back.
No.
And there used to be a passage.
Fancy glasses see through it?
Ooh, good question.
I can check.
Don't trust the elf.
They don't. So
I just don't want to drown.
The glasses
I won't drown.
Are very powerful. They don't detect They don't detect very normal, mundane things, though. So it looks like a very mundane wall of mineral to you, Kay, with your glasses on. There's nothing magical about it, though. However, you have very high perception. So as you sort of use them, you glance just off to the side for a moment, and you catch a little bit of magical glow, as though something is embedded in the wall just off to the side of the room where this passage that Abram wants to tear through is.
Hotline to summon a Hydra, I would guess.
Well, this mineral thing all looks normal enough, but there's something over there that looks like it might be magical. Something in the wall.
Oh, let's go look.
Okay. So,
Abran wants to
head over there. Abran has already asked Gooseneck, though, to break this down, so I want to know what Gooseneck is. Are you going to give pause, Gooseneck, or are you just going to start swinging right at Abran's request?
Well,
Abran tells Gooseneck to hold on. Let's check out this magic thing first.
Okay, yeah, let's check out
what the heck happened. Why the lizard man was sick? How did this dynamic start?
I relay I resend my request so the lizard man doesn't have to make that decision.
Okay, everybody comes over here. It's, by the way, just in the middle of the room now, in the back of the group. You got Morgoth there. He's just like, got his charcoal pencil out, making a bunch of, looks, like a cavern. A little bit of fungus catches his eye, and he runs over and starts just drawing a little picture of what the fungus might look like.
We're gonna
Pugil?
wish we had this guy all the time. By the way.
Yes, Pugil?
When I am done with my wall licking, I'm going to go shadow Morgott to make sure
Okay.
he doesn't get distracted and get himself in trouble.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's probably pretty wise.
Or get us in trouble.
He seems very oblivious to anything other than the physical environments around him.
Yeah, this is a class trip for him. He gets a buddy.
Yeah. Okay. So as you approach this wall, and of course, this is just, you almost have to flake away a little bit of mineral deposits over the top, but it's more elven writing. It's very hard for the rest of you to see, again, much like the stone on the surface, but Kay, when she's looking through the goggles, can see it glows enough of an outline that she's got a good idea of the writing that's scrawled into it. A lot of it is obscured by time for you that are observing, especially if you don't have a source of light. Dark vision is not great for reading. It's not a good reading light.
That we have.
Well, if somebody wants to a lantern
Yeah.
or something, I'll trace it out like we did above, and Abran can read it.
Okay.
Is Morgott
fine.
going to want a light for his purposes?
Well, it's interesting that you should ask. He's got a very dim, glowing light. I wouldn't say it's. So he's got some spectacles that kind of pull down, and they put out just a little bit of glow for him, and it doesn't seem to blind him, which is a little bit counterintuitive. It's a bit of magic, you assume, but he's able to just scrawl on paperwork. He cannot see walls very well. He appreciates the light when you raise it up, but looking right in front of his face at the paper, it's enough for him to draw and sketch by as though this is something he's been prepared for. Okay. So as you sketch this down for them, Kay, and you look at the elven words, I would like an intelligence check from you, Abran. It's not super high, but this is a very old dialect that you're not familiar with.
16.
Oh, okay. That's good. So there are, as you're writing it, there's a bit of some spots where Kay can't see it because it's been too calcified in there. So you're going to have to fill in some blanks, but for the most part, you can make it out.
Sword in the hole.
No.
Let me borrow a sword, someone.
I only have an axe. Sorry.
Not a chance.
I think we're down to just the one sword, aren't we? I mean,
I might have a crappy dagger.
I think Nimblewit's got the only sword.
Not a sword.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So if you were to translate this from Elven, you think it says, your trial awaits along the path forward, and suddenly, suspiciously, Abran, it was a pretty good check that you made. You feel like maybe it wasn't just random reward for stabbing in your sword, that maybe this was some sort of proving ground, trial, coming of age, elven thing, and that was the first trial that you passed above, and there are more further down.
Ooh.
Now,
are you coming of age?
So everybody's in on these trials, or is it does it just accrue to the elf?
Well, I don't know. Abran doesn't really know much information beyond that.
I relay what I was able to read, what I was able to decipher, that the test of the Hydra appears to be just the first part of the test. And looks like we do need to go clear out that way and go down this next tunnel in order to proceed on with the tests.
I
Still
note the
early in
use
the
of the word
evening.
"we," Abram.
Yes.
What do you
We
mean,
are-
we, Kimosabi?
We are the murder hobos. Hobos is plural, which means we. I feel
So we're
like
trying to install you as some kind of king of the elves now? Is that what we're doing?
in for a penny, in for a pound. I feel
All
It's a
right.
coming of
compelled.
age test. You heard him.
I feel like I'm unnaturally compelled to do this. I'm encouraging everybody to come along.
To help you become king of the
I'm
elves.
game.
Okay.
So he'll mature
right.
if we do this? Is that what I'm being told?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
That's not.
Well, that might
Yeah.
be worth it.
Apparently,
Might-
elves have weird puberty rituals.
That
He's
could be wishful
322 years
thinking.
old right now, so it hasn't
He's
happened
just a
yet.
stripling of a lad.
The maturity it kind of is what it is at this point. But
Yeah. Kind of it is with
Abram,
this.
why don't you make a history check to search your mind for what maybe these rituals would grant an elf?
Oh. So am I still getting the bonuses for the coastal thing? Remember, it was any kind of
No,
intelligence.
not any longer. You're now
Okay.
in a very cavern sort of world.
All right. So I got a 17.
The 17 is very good. So it seems quite reasonable that this was actually a trial, that it does summon like magical opponents, maybe not real. And so that Hydra was probably real, but magically brought into it as part of the trial. And it did probably require an elf to stick their sword in the hole to make it turn on. And it is likely that,
Here's your elf.
there are trials down further. But so if this was familial, you would gain some sort of family artifact or family weapon in something like this. If it was from a certain clan, it might be a little bit different. You know, there could be different items, but it is likely that something like this was maybe not common, but at least something that a warrior caste inside the elven groups would be familiar with. And likely there is a tangible reward item thing at the end of this, as far as your knowledge tells you.
All right. Well, I of course have shared all that with my comrades.
Okay. How does everybody feel
And-
about this?
Yay!
Yeah. Yay. 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 Okay. That doesn't sound
Why
horrible.
not?
Yeah.
I mean,
What do
the
we
other
got to
thing to
lose?
consider is that we have reason to believe that, you know, the Fall or other forces of nastiness are interested in this location. So it might be worth finding out what the deal is down here before they do.
I like that
I'm still stunned
justification.
to learn we've been adventuring with a baby elf.
Just a wee lad. Okay. Well, that sounds like you have a plan. You plan to go forward.
I don't know. I think the Mushroom Queen might have proved my manhood there. I'm not sure.
Well, I sure hope that doesn't interfere with any of these things that you're going to have to go through.
Yeah, it's hard to say whether or not the Mushroom Queen, the service to the Mushroom Queen was valuable or not valuable in this scenario. I'm sorry.
Well,
Alex.
since he's infected with
Tainted
spores,
elf.
I'm not
Sorry.
sure he
Do
can
not
be a
pass
pure
go.
elf
Do
anymore.
not collect
He's half elf,
$200.
half mushroom.
No.
The Fungili elf.
Tainted elf.
Okay. Well,
Tainted elf.
all right. So, is that a vote for onward? It sounds like a vote for onward into the cavern.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
Onward.
Onward you go then. Do I get is it the usual walking order from everyone?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
I
More
do
guns.
not have a
I
sword
actually
right
have-
now.
I
Yeah,
actually have
put-
a hammer that we might be able to use to break this.
I have a
Concretion.
stone breaking magic
Oh,
axe.
that's true. You do. I forgot it was
Yeah.
a stone breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's particularly good against.
Well, hell, I'll let you
objects.
use that then. I don't want to waste my
Whackety
good
whack.
stoneworking tools.
Okay. Go ahead and take a swing at it. I'm sorry I'm not on camera. I'm making stuff of magic happen for everyone. Take a swing at it.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Plus 7. 27. Ping.
Okay. As you swing your hammer or your axe around, it collides loudly and violently with this sheet of minerals. And they all shatter down in front of you. And a passage opens before you.
Ooh.
As it does, there is a gust of wind that comes through that is cold.
Ooh.
There's a gust of cold, sort of chilling breeze. You would not expect it. This area that you've been traveling through on the seas for, it has been pleasantly warm, I would say, for the most part. You haven't experienced a lot of cold wind. Even the storm, the weather was, the fact that it was sort of soaked you to the bone was a little bit chilling, but in general, it itself was not chilling. However, that seems to have all changed. This is cold. Downright cold.
So not just underground tank. Like,
No, definitely not. It doesn't feel
I hate cold.
normal. Oh, yeah.
Hey, do the mineral shards look at all valuable?
No, not really.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they actually seem fairly natural, not very valuable.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, walking order down this trail, I'm going to assume the usual walking
I'll
order.
go
I guess?
second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's put Morgott in the middle, and I'll go behind him.
Oh, okay. It's
Ooh.
slightly unusual. I like it. I like it. All right.
How
so-
big is the passageway? Single file?
No, it's 10 foot. It's pretty wide. I
Oh,
think
then
you
I'll move up.
We could double up.
You want to double
Yeah,
up?
let's double
Okay.
up.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
move up.
Don't have a good camera on exactly how this passage should go for all of
Now,
you.
2 by 2, marching into the unknown.
That's
Do
pretty much it.
we extinguish our light source, or are we going to keep our torch?
I can't see.
I
Just
can
keep
keep
it.
carrying.
Well, then,
You want your rear guard to be able to see.
Yeah. Are you all the way
Yeah.
in the back, Gooseneck?
Yeah. Aren't I always?
Well, you're going to have to. You should take the light source then.
Yeah. He needs like a miner's hat or something. With
Yep.
a candle on top.
Do you
Me.
have anything like that you want to loan out to Gooseneck? Does anybody have
I don't.
something?
We could give him a torch. Didn't we just have a torch
have
or
a
a lantern?
torch.
lit?
Yeah, no, you have a torch.
I have
Just
a torch.
yeah, he can. I'm just saying he
I
should
can
carry it unless we can get Morgott to carry it.
Oh, Morgott would be happy to carry it.
yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
get,
Morgott.
Let's let Morgott
yeah, let's
carry
get
it.
Morgott to carry it.
Okay.
By the time he started pulling his own feeble weight.
Yeah, a little
Wow, gosh.
Little map maker.
Little
Okay, since
map
it's dark
maker.
down here, I'm going to switch to my nighttime cloak.
Okay. All right.
So now we can't see. Is that right?
No.
Are you invisible to us now?
Hey, I
Oh, no.
want to cast a spell on Gooseneck. I can cast Dark Vision on him. Is that worth a spell slot?
It might be.
Do you want that, Gooseneck? Do you want me to cast Dark Vision on you? It lasts for 8 hours.
Sure.
Well, if Mappy Boy's going to have a light anyways, but if that goes out.
Yeah, but he's also the one most likely to die.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Dark Vision.
You sure you want to waste a spell slot?
You need to be able to see to fight, right? I will have. I don't cast a ton of spells.
He's fought his way out of insides of critters before. I don't think he needs to.
I'll have 2 spell slots left, and that's just mainly for healing.
Sure.
I'll do that.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, Abran.
Now you can
see clearly now.
You can see clearly now, and Abran's spell enables it.
All of the darkness.
So
because of Abran's touch.
Okay, you travel down.
He touched me in the right spot. Now
corridor.
I can see.
I'm gonna move. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go. I'm moving your minis so that we get an accurate.
Oh, those look good.
Poor Frank.
Portrait.
He has to put up with our shenanigans on this most holy day of DM Appreciation Day.
I'm appreciating the crap.
Is that alcoholic?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah. Look,
right,
look at him DMing the shit out of this.
Slightly more appropriate positions.
He's. I mean, this is high level DMing right here. DMing and building terrain
at the same time. What?
Shit! And telling stories.
That's great.
I am going to
see a
move
nice
one of
corner.
These cameras. Just
it's even got some fungus in there. You're right at home.
Those are really nice. Those are the older ones, I think.
No, it's some of the newest of the ones. All right, so Justin, if you could take camera 2, what you will see is, you come across suddenly a chunk of ice. A lot like that mineral was blocking you before. There's a chunk of ice in your path.
I think Justin dozed off.
Justin.
Well, that's okay.
Justin, wake up.
Earth to Justin. Justin.
Look, I can push buttons.
Oh, that's wonderful. Look at that. Oh, this seems familiar somehow.
Justin's been known to fall asleep at
times. So there is just a slight.
Ooh,
it's just ice standing there, or does it look like there's something inside the ice?
You can't see through it. It's very.
I like the blue effect. That's wonderful. That blue coming up from the bottom. That's
very opaque. And on the other side of this ice, you get the sense of an expanse of some sort of space on the other side, but you're not sure exactly what is over there. It's not, not advertised or broadcasted in any way.
I think this maybe is a frozen caveman of some kind.
Yetis. Dang it, Weeby.
Yeti troglodytes, maybe.
Yeti-dites. All right. But for the time being, this wall of ice stands in your way.
Well, let's pull out the bourbon and get drinking.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for you to tell me how you get through it, or you
guys want to do.
Let's wait for it to melt.
Somebody melt
A
this
small
ice.
fire, I can make it a bigger fire.
Okay.
Or we could try to shatter it.
Should we investigate it first?
Let's have
see.
a look. I wonder if those magic glasses can see into this and see if there's anything
detect
in
magic on it. I mean, why is
it. This
ice
is weird to have a ice in the middle of a cavern like this.
It's an elven
Can we-
trial.
Can we hear the compressor
Duh.
running for the refrigeration unit, or is this magic?
Oh,
What do
thank
you
you.
think?
Oh, and the dragon one.
You
Great.
cannot hear the compressor running. I
Thanks a
assume,
lot.
Kay, you're gonna whether or not you that you're going to look at this.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay. Kay,
Wow, that's pretty good.
You kind of peek over. So the ice is. It looks real. It doesn't look magical, but on the other side of the ice, there is definitely an inscribed arcane rune. You can make an Arcana check to figure out what it is.
$19.
Wow.
Yeah, it's some sort of in your profession sometimes, or in some of your hobbies. You do know that there are different runes and wards that are used by wizards and mages, and elves love these sorts of things. It does seem like a conjuration rune, some sort is on the other side. You would expect if this ice wall was to be broken or traversed in any way that it would activate that rune and something would be conjured.
Okay, so it looks like if we go past the wall, there's a rune back there that will conjure something. Presumably the next trial. Or maybe the third trial if getting through the ice wall here is one of the trials too.
Hmm.
Would there be a way
If
to
it's a
trigger-
trial, it seems like it's not what it seems to be. I mean, if it, there's probably more than just ice, is what I'm saying. If it's one of the coming of age trials for elves.
Did the ice look anything like anything other than just ice?
The ice looked just like ice to you. Yeah. It could have been brought here magically, but upon its arrival and in its current existence, it is just ice.
Hey,
Yeah, I
spellcasters,
don't
is there a
think
way to
there's-
short circuit the rune?
So Gooseneck, for all of you who are familiar with arcane things, detect magic possibly could, or dispel magic rather, could possibly stop conjuration things from happening. However, you're also familiar enough with magic that if it is a triggered magical chain of events that results in a reward of something, which is what Abram has said, then you will stop. You are basically stopping the roll of dominoes if you do that, and you will not get a reward. If it's magically brought. There could be a non-magical mundane reward down here, or a magical reward that's not conjured or hidden in some magical plane. That
I figure it's Abram's call. This is his baby.
We don't have. Does our magic user? Don't we don't want to waste a fireball on this? Is there any other kind of fire spell our magic user has? For clarification.
Yes, it's going to be slower. We're going to light a fire, and I'm going to enhance the fire, and it takes as long
And
as it
is that
takes.
killing your limited spell slots, though?
No. This is something I can just do.
We have chisels that
others-
work on stone. They'll damn sure work on ice.
Oh yeah, that's the next option.
should
Is
the
the magic
Stonebreaker
axe
axe?
on the wall of ice? Yeah,
It's just a crystal of water is all this is.
that's Abram's just asking for clarification. Abram's first, always his go-to is smashing and stabbing. So
Well, what
this
would
involves
elves do, though? Like normal elves?
Well, you're asking the wrong elf.
Yeah.
First of
Yeah.
all,
Not a
Until
fungus
you
elf, a regular elf.
you're asking the. Well, in lieu of, having the magic to dispel it or melt it, he's going to rely on his friends
Okay.
to break down the wall, tear down the wall.
All right. Anybody mind if I start hacking?
No, I'll start chipping away too.
Okay. You've got
I've
stone
got my
chisel
mason's tools. I figure something in there ought to help.
Absolutely. All right. So, ping, ping, ping. You get through the wall. It takes a little bit of time. I would say between the two of you, you are all going to be pacing back and forth within 15 minutes and still wondering when this is going to get on. Maybe 30 minutes later, you will actually start to see some of the wall begin to start to crumble. Unless you want to add some fire to this.
If there's a way to
Adam.
safely do that.
If I recall, it's just a location you can see, right? You cast bonfire. or-
It's control flames, so I can expand the flame.
Okay.
Double or have the light of the flame. That part doesn't matter.
Well, we got a spare torch. Let's just light a torch once we get a hole carved in it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you can enhance the flame. We'll just put this back down.
Oh, there goes Frank with the flames. Look at that.
Fire and ice.
Ooh.
Ice and fire.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Your feet
Even though the
begin to-
flames should be reversed in color, but it's okay.
Well, for fun, I can change flame with a different spell. I can change the color of flame, so I'm changing it to that. So now
Oh.
it's authentic.
Oh, it's a magic
Making it
flame.
Serious reverse flame.
It's okay.
Man, who knew these elven coming of age things were so picky?
It's elves, of course. It's so picky.
And at a point, you break through Gooseneck Corncob. You're the first ones
Ooh.
through.
Hey, look.
But it's not going to
it's
trigger
another
till the elf walks by.
Cavern.
It is another cavern. Amazing.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm-
I think.
Thank God, here we
I
are.
think I set
At
camera
long
2 up,
last.
Justin, for you.
Wake up, Justin.
Elf at the front.
He's
for
awake.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Abran. You need to trigger this rune for us here.
Good thing
So
it's
as
not
you-
National
As
Producer
you look
Day.
in, you can see that
Should
that
be an onkeg here anytime.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute, say that again.
Who, me? Or
No,
Justin?
Justin.
Oh.
So as you're looking in, you you see this cavern open up. You see
Mhm.
bits. It is definitely frost, icy. It lowers down into water. There's a little like sheen of water over it. I'm gonna take a stabbing guess because this is actually what you see. Yeah, I'm gonna guess I get it right. Yep. Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
cool.
no.
Because you're entering in.
Okay.
It is both iced up along the walls, goes down into water. This water seems to be
water's-
very cold, salty.
It's not frozen over.
It's not frozen over.
Can we
There didn't any
see an
frost,
exit?
any ice along the edges or anything.
Doesn't seem to be an exit. There is frost along the walls, a sheen of
Mhm.
frost along the walls.
Well,
Hmm.
give me a rope.
Yeah, we need to send our water dwarf looking for an exit.
Give me
Yep.
a rope. I'll just walk across.
Well, hold on. Where's the rune and what triggers it? Let's
Yeah,
that's
so
not
you
split up. Or,
when you came through the final bit, the rune would have been broken and triggered, activated, but you don't see anything immediately from it. You know, though, because of what Kay has relayed to you, that something most definitely had to have activated magically.
all this is water? I mean, there's water beyond that wall still, or is that just?
So you can see your little head down there in the bottom, Corncob. This is you coming into the room, and that's sort of the cavern splitting off, going around and wide. You don't see the end to it, but you see, maybe I can get a better shot here. You can see that it's got, no, I actually can't. You can see that it's got like a very cold salt water flowing around it. I'm going to do this live. And that's you all
Holy
entering into it.
Okay.
You assume, I mean, because you're below sea level, that this is probably magically chilled cavern with seawater flowing in and kind of filling the bottom.
I don't know what else to do except cross it.
Okay. That is-
How far
Unless
is the
Abram's
distance?
got a better idea.
How far is the distance from that little where Corncob is? There's that rounded edge,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And then there's the first little pool, but there's those walls on the side. Is that an easy jump to make it?
No, not
Across?
really. So from Corncob to that rounded edge is 5, 10, 15, 18 feet. And that jump is
Okay,
a good 20, 15 feet across.
It looks short from on the along the wall. There seems to
Does
be a
it's
little.
perspective.
Okay.
There's Corncob, Gooseneck.
All right.
I'm going to put you in
I'll
here,
come in too.
Abran.
Yeah.
I'll put K Morgott. Whoa. I didn't expect that. Is that what?
I might be
magic
able
is
to
that?
pick each one of us up and carry us across there if I had to. If you guys don't want to get your feet wet.
You can
Well, there's
certainly
also a
carry
chance that
small
whatever
people.
was summoned is in the water.
You can
Yes.
throw a gnome across, probably. Gnomes are tossable.
What if we like poke the water a little and see if there's something in there? Or can you see through the water with any of your glasses adjustments?
I can try. I will fire up the goggles and look into the pool.
Okay. As you look into the pool, you do detect motion under the water. It's not necessarily.
Big.
It's not necessarily magical.
Well, there's something moving around in there.
Like a face hugger
Like-
in an egg.
Likely blind. Unless this reaches all the way to the outside somehow.
Is there any loose rubble
Well,
on the
if
ground?
it was summoned, it could be anything.
Oh, I thought he said it was not mad. Well, yeah, I guess it could be summoned.
You know, I have
natural.
this little extra piece of pig. I could just throw it down there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Good
too. I was
idea.
just going to throw a rock or
Chum the
something in
water
there.
before we get in it.
You gonna chum the water up there, Gooseneck?
Abran is shaking
Might
his
as
head,
well.
going, "Do it, do it, do it, do it."
Okay.
Throw
You
it.
better bring it up before we jump
throw it.
in.
Toss the pig
Yes.
forward. It hits, slap, on top of the water, the cold, icy water, and then begins to sink below the surface. And as it does, bursting out of the water. You've fought these before.
Yeah, no, those were not good.
Roll initiative as this Ramores
Everyone back way up.
leaps out of the water towards the pig and all of you. I will get you initiative in just a moment.
I sure am glad these are all imaginary challenges.
Right, of course.
If we just
Imaginary.
disbelieve, we should be okay.
I disbelieve that I took damage. All right. Let's see if I can get you another shot here, Justin, on this magical spider cam.
Ooh, that's a good shot.
For anybody who doesn't like cavern snake-like creature battles, my apologies. It's exactly what's happening.
Who doesn't like those?
I don't know, but there might be
I
somebody.
hear elves love them.
Yes.
Elves in particular must love them. Why else would
Yes.
they
Why
have to
would
deal with
they?
this stuff? Okay.
Stab them with your sword.
Pugh, what is your initiative?
20.
Wow.
Ooh, good
all right.
job.
Gooseneck, what
Good.
is your initiative?
10.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sounded bummed out. Corncob.
13.
Abran.
19.
Wow.
Good.
Fathom.
You should get automatic initiative on all these.
5.
5K.
21.
21. Ooh. I guess this Remoras needs some initiative too. So let's get out these Reaper Pizza Dungeon dice and roll horribly. These are what have I got the player set tonight? Okay.
You.
Um
Strategy finally worked.
Kay, you are the first person to be able to take action as essentially you see Gooseneck toss some pork in. The disturbance of the water, or maybe the meat itself, you're not clear entirely which one did it, but suddenly this Remoras is burst forth from the surface of the water right at the edge where Corncob and Gooseneck are.
You
I'm
just
going
gave it
to
a
shoot it.
You're going to shoot it. All right.
Shoot it.
Probably not with that. 13?
No, in the wild array of splashing water, it just bounces off of what is almost a stony, chitinous shell of or hide of the Remoras.
God dang it.
That
Okay,
is all for me then.
Pugil.
Pujol the Deadly.
I will move back. I'm
Play
going
it
to
as
grab
someone.
Morgoth.
Yeah,
and
you're
move
right in
back.
front of him. You can see his little head peeking up there.
I'm going to grab him and move back towards the archway
Okay,
and shoot a toothpick at it.
all right.
Hey, I want a turn taking care of Morgoth.
Okay, you give me all your marvelous powers and I'll swap you the gnome navigator
No.
guy.
Turn him into a hedgehog.
I would if I could. All right.
Put him in your pocket.
Dang bard.
22.
22. All right, so you grab Morgoth. He's like, oh, look at that thing. What is that? And as he's kind of trying to sketch it, you drag him off to the side and you turn around and shoot a solid shot right into the face of this Remoras as it's starting to snap down at Corncob. Roll your
I
damage.
like corn cob, sure.
Six
That's fine.
points of damage. Have a toothpick right up the nose. Pew!
All right, the toothpick goes right up the nose. As it does, a little bit of spray, a little bit of blood comes out, and it doesn't injure anybody, but you can feel the reminder, the heat from it. This blood, much like the Hydra blood is acidic, this is very fiery. It burns what it splashes on.
Damn it.
Uh-oh.
Abran, it is your turn. You are right behind Corncob and Gooseneck.
Abran, since he's really just has his bow left, still kind of missing his sword, it takes a couple steps back just to stay within bow range, and so I can keep utilizing my one weapon. So maybe more parallel with Kay. Have
Right.
two archers in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too far, but yeah. So the first one is a 25 to hit, and since it was already damaged,
Yeah.
so that's 8 and 2 is 10, 13 points of damage on the first one, and then on the second one is a 8 does an 18 hit.
Yes. It just finds a niche in between the scales of this creature.
And then another 11 points of damage.
Okay. It roars angrily as it sort of pulls back from this. Blood sprays out, just a fine mist by the time it gets to Corncob and Gooseneck, though. And it is Corncob's turn.
I am going to cast Toll the Dead,
Okay.
which is a 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Failed. Not a very wise creature, the Remoras.
That's what I was hoping. 13 points of damage. And then on my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on the Lizard Man, which
Ooh,
gives him
okay.
another +2.
All right, you keep
On his
track.
Tends to
armor
get
class.
eaten.
AC.
Didn't he get
Gooseneck.
eaten by the last Remoraz that we faced? Yeah,
No,
he went down.
I don't know.
So
I
you
don't
should
think
be
so.
you should be bulked up here. He's not going to be able to hit you very
you-
easy.
So that's a +2 to my armor class.
Yes.
Yep.
Just
That's
a note.
nice.
You think this is an older, more mature version of the Remoras that you fought up there in the Sister Lake?
That was a baby.
area.
Yeah, we
That was
fought
a
a
baby.
Was the
baby.
first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was bad.
you baby Seamus.
What's
Okay.
fitting because we're supposed to be older and more mature.
Gooseneck, it is
Except
your
the elf who
turn.
now is a baby somehow.
Some of us.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Just do that. Okay. All right. I'm going to go into a rage.
Okay.
And let's see here. I'm going to whackety whack with my axe.
You have how many attacks? You're going to use them all?
I'm sorry?
How many attacks are you attacking with? All of them? 2? You have
Yeah.
2, right? Okay.
Yep. 2. First one, 10. I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
It doesn't.
All right. Try it again. That's better. 25.
Solid across the
Solid hit.
body.
And that is for 10 points of damage.
Okay. Your axe slices across it. It screams back. A gout of blood sprays out across you. 9 points of burning damage as it just
Hang on.
sears your skin.
Hang on, I'm going to try to dampen the element.
And you only take half of that. Wait. Do you take half? You're not a...
No, I don't think for...
Not for fire
I'm
damage?
raging, but I don't think... Yeah, it's resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
Okay, so Corncob, what have you got to help out?
I'm going to try to dampen the elements, so it gives him resistance to acid against that instance of the
Fire,
damage.
right? It's fire damage. You know it's fire damage.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was acid. It doesn't really matter to me.
Yep.
It could be acid or fire.
You take 4 less of that damage, Gooseneck, as Corncob's magic intercedes, reducing.
And I can do that as a reaction. So
what was it? So it's 5 points?
Yeah, you take 5.
5 points. Okay. Thanks, Corncob.
Yeah, that's quite handy. Okay, Fathom.
I don't think I had fireball when we fought the baby. Would I assume that fire isn't going to hurt the thing with fire for blood?
Make.
But at least not.
Yeah,
you can't be overly happy about it. It came from a ice
make an
cold.
intelligence check. It's very low DC. I'm basically looking for you to roll more than a 5.
I rolled a 9, and I would add +2 to that.
Okay, beautiful. So you know that these things put out their blood is fiery from their very core, and they would probably relish the warmth of a fireball. It would do nothing to them. You also know they get along very well. Actually, that's a good enough check that you know they're also perfectly at home with cold damage too. So you don't want to go the other way either.
Well,
Yeah,
then
you don't want to throw a
Alas,
cold
lightning.
ball at him.
it's Alas is just
Cold
Eldritch
ball.
Blast
Eldritch
for him.
Blast.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
All
what you
right.
want to do.
One is a 21
On
and
auto.
one is
Full auto Eldritch Blast.
17s and higher hit this creature solidly.
8 points of damage.
Okay.
And I keep on standing at the back. I'll move a little to the side in case anyone else wants to come back there.
Okay. Yeah, Pugil is just behind you. You can see him there happily
I'm going to
behind
block anyone's exit.
you. You have not blocked their exit. Okay. All right. All right.
This thing came out onto the ice last time, didn't it?
Corn cob.
Yeah.
This thing
Yes.
just opens its mouth wide and comes down over you.
Okay.
Oh.
It is a 27 to hit you, sir.
Nope, didn't it? Just missed me barely, but it missed me.
What?
What?
That feels impossible. Damn it. Okay.
That's a good feeling.
Um,
I'll validate it.
so it just cannot get a purchase on your incredibly armored and reflexive being.
How do you have
Well,
a
with a
27?
27, of course, it does get me.
Yeah, I feel like it does.
Yeah.
I'm searching for the dice. We need a lot of them. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Why not? I got a lot of hit points. Go ahead. As long as we don't get into quadruple digits, I'm okay.
We're fine. We won't get in the quadruple digits. You are a
Dear.
medium creature.
I don't like to be reduced to just that, but go ahead.
Okay. I'm rolling mostly Reaper Pizza Dungeon dice here, so you can blame, I don't know, Ron, Dave, Ed, whoever you want, for the.
You're still rolling the old ones, though. You need to get some 2022s.
And that's true. That's true. That is 34 points of piercing damage.
Gosh,
Oh,
Lord.
And as it sinks into you, just the fiery heat of its blood is 13 points of fire damage to you.
you guys
And
Now, can I react and do that too?
we already used your reaction for
I did.
Gooseneck. And you are grappled in its mouth. You are not swallowed yet, but you are in its mouth at the moment as it's swinging you about.
How much damage total
we'll
did
get
you
out of
take?
there.
I took 45.
Oh, Lord, have
Ouch.
mercy.
No, 40. 32. Yeah,
That's-
We
45.
barely
Yeah.
made a dent on it. is my guess.
Elven trials are very serious things.
No,
what-
47. I took
Overall, elves are
47.
doing this? What is going on?
Kay,
Well, this is why it should have hit the elf, not me. This is an elf thing,
well,
not me. It's not a me thing.
It's you and Gooseneck up front. The elf has stepped back. Kay,
Of
it's your
course he
turn.
has. Of course he has.
I'm going to
Once
shoot
the
it
future
again.
king, he's got to
Shoot
be
it again.
protected.
All right.
Elf's doing damage.
16, which I think is still short.
Yeah. In your slight concern for Corncob, it just sort of pings off the hard armor. Are you comfortable with where you at location-wise?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Pugil, it's your turn. You have moved Mortok to the back. This thing has taken a big bite of Corncob and now has him up in his mouth. It looks like he's going for a swallow, but has not yet done it yet. Not yet done it yet.
Yeah. Do we need to put Corncob out of his misery before he goes down the gullet?
Yeah, great.
Corncob
Go
is
ahead.
alive and
He can eat
swinging.
himself out.
Do a Heimlich
Okay.
on him or something.
Then
Shoot
what
me
I
out
will
of it.
do, I will put my little pea shooter away and whip out my harp,
Okay.
and I will cast Cure Wounds on Corncob. And
Ooh.
with my bonus action, I will give him my last bardic inspiration.
Okay.
All right. So the Cure Wounds I
job.
cast gets him 28 points back.
Oh, the
Oh,
magic
that's pretty damn good.
flows through you, Corncob. And you feel inspired on top of it all. That's a
Feel
D8
warm
or
and
D10
fuzzy.
at your level?
It's a D8.
Okay.
D8.
What does that do for me?
On any savings throw, ability check, or attack roll, you can add a D8 to your D20 roll.
Oh, cool.
But
All
that's
right.
the last one I got. So we get a chance to rest.
Abran.
2 more arrows are coming.
All right.
First arrow is let loose. That is a 27 to hit.
That's
With
very nice.
and that is 15 plus 4, 19 points of damage.
All right. Sizzling
Let's see if I
blood
can.
spews forth, spattering onto the icy ground.
Ooh, I like that detail. Second arrow is a 23 to hit with 10 points of damage.
Okay. Yep, it rears back. It's still got Corncob in his mouth, but is taking a pummeling. It is Gooseneck's turn. Wait, I'm sorry.
All right.
It is Corncob's turn. I'm sorry, Gooseneck. Well, you're in his mouth, Corncob, but it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to banish him.
Go! Okay.
So he's going to be gone for a minute.
What save do I need? Is that will? Or is it
That's a good question. Hang on.
Does he vanish with you if he's got clamps on you?
No, it's only good for the creature
Mm-hmm.
that you're aiming at. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm not the one to rule that. It doesn't matter because we'll both be stunned when we get there. So, you need to save on your charisma 15.
Charisma. They're very non-charismatic. All right, let's see. Pizza Dungeon dice. I'm going to use. Which Pizza Dungeon dice? I'm going to use the Jim Green Pizza Dungeon dice. Here we go.
Ooh, Jim Green. Those are tasty.
I
snot
rolled
dice.
a 5 minus 3. That's a 2. So suddenly,
It's a
while this
fail.
thing is roaring in the middle of combat at all of you, it just boom, bloop, disappears. Corncob, you fall, splash from its mouth into the water, the icy water.
I get up and
You got
walk
those
right
otter
out.
pants on.
I also got my water walking ring.
So tell me a little bit about Banish. It's how long? 1 minute?
Well, it lasts for a minute, unless someone breaks my concentration. He's in a
So what if-
demi-plane. He's or she is incapacitated on the demi-plane
Mhm.
till he pops back in.
Okay.
But we have a minute,
All right. What are you
and
gonna
I'm
do with
not
the
being
minute?
swallowed, so I'm going to
Run!
move away as far as I can in a fucking minute. Sorry.
You got 60 seconds, everybody. You tell me what you do. I'm going to start up with Pugil. Pugil, what are you and Morgott going to do?
We're going to move. Go to somebody else. I don't know what
I'm
we're
going to
gonna
holler
do. I don't-
regroup.
Okay. Gooseneck. Corncob is hollered regroup.
He doesn't lose. He
I-
doesn't gain
we
any points back or anything. So
we should either set a trap for it or get out of this room. So I'm ready to do either. You just tell me what you want to do. I can
Okay.
chop things or I can run.
that a trap? Aberrant's gonna back against the wall and prepare a couple of arrows. So he pops back exactly where it vanished, right?
Yes.
Well, that's up to the DM, but that's
yeah, he will.
usually the way you play it.
Will we have advantage on attack since we know that's where it's going to pop back? And we know kind of
Advantage?
it'll be disoriented.
No, but you can
I would
all
think we
hold your
could prepare
action to
for him.
attack simultaneously.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
lose his initiative
Ooh.
order.
Yeah, let's do that. That's a
Yeah,
good
let's-
idea.
let's-
You guys,
Yeah.
What?
do you guys want me to cast darkness on the spot where he's going to come back, or like in front of us or something? So
Ooh,
he
that's a
can't see
good
us.
idea.
Yeah.
Do you have a damaging spell since we're gonna just try to pummel him all at once?
Just crappy ones.
Okay.
It's fireball.
Then
or
we'll
crap.
we'll disorient him then, and then
I mean, I can.
I'll hit him with arrows. But Gooseneck won't be able to see him either. To attack him with.
I'm going to
so
back
he'll
up
get
just far
disadvantage on his
enough.
attack.
I'm going to get
Well,
out
why don't
far
we
enough
hit him
away
with
from
all
that
the-
edge, because once he pops in, I'm going to summon our little water elemental pal.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Well, then I'm backing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can make him fight. He's not going to fight you.
I'll
Do you want
back
me
up.
to
I don't
put
want
the-
to get bit.
Us in
Would
him?
there
Is
be
it possible to get to the other side of that smaller pool there so that we're not all just standing here in hand grenade formation when it shows up?
It
Sure,
is.
it is
told
for
it's-
me. I can get right across. As long as there isn't another one of these floating around.
That's true.
You
I'll
see
go
any
with
more-
you if you can.
See any more motion?
Okay, Corncob and Abran, you're talking about going across, so you'll be ranged at, like, say, here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he won't know that we're there. So
No,
we should have a surprise opportunity there.
least
Well, I'll
advantage.
go too.
He'll
Perhaps.
Well,
probably
then
be
he's
kind of
flanked,
pissed.
right?
Sorry, I think I missed. Was Fathom? What was that?
I said he'd be flanked then, right? Which is good for.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's not really flanking, but you get. He's not going to be totally aware.
Not like
of
he has
everything.
multiple heads.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's not like he has multiple heads.
Yeah, this one doesn't only have one head. What are we worried about?
So we're all gonna get ready, hold our actions, and get ready to whack him.
Simultaneously attack. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
are we doing
I've been
darkness?
assuming
Does-
he's from the material plane, but I don't know. But
Does
I
darkness
assume there's
limit our
from our same
attack?
plane.
Is it?
So if you cast
it-
darkness, you all can't see either. Your attack would just be at disadvantage.
I won't do it.
Let's not do. Yeah, let's not do it. Let's do.
hold the darkness till we need it.
Even if you can throw some minor spell at it that you doesn't
Maybe
eat up a
minor
slot.
Eldritch Blast is great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I got a good idea of what everybody's planning.
What's the cartographer? Is the cartographer drawing a good drawing of the Remoraz at least?
No, he's stopped drawing at this point. He's
Okay.
a little bit.
Terrified?
Yeah, terrified's a good word, perhaps. I mean, when he's not noticing things, he's not very scared of things. But when he's actually paying attention, he does care about preserving his life. And this is one of those moments where, this is just a wee bit terrifying.
You better turn up the gain on them light goggles he's got. Start shooting some beams from it then.
Yeah, I think if things get desperate, we can throw a gnome as a distraction. Not our gnome, the cartographer.
Yeah, we got an expendable gnome now.
Yeah,
Only because
do.
we have a spare. Normally you'd say that.
Yeah, we got a
people aren't.
spare. You
So
always
let's
need a
see.
spare.
Now, this one
gnome.
probably doesn't know how to play the harp, though.
Corncob, you're
No.
summoning
Harp
forth.
saved my ass.
Are you going to summon forth your water elemental? Or are you going to wait to do it?
Jason.
I'm waiting till he pops back in.
Okay.
I think I
but-
have to
but what-
concentrate to summon the water elemental, and I don't want it to be any earlier than I need to.
Okay. Gooseneck, any attacks you do have to be like right there in melee. So
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my axe right, just like
Okay.
right in his face.
Okay, you will all get to attack.
4,
I'm just
3, 2.
gonna go for this. Hold your action. I'm just gonna go left to right on everybody. When it comes true, are you all ready?
Yep.
Ding.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to pre-roll for the elemental ring, or?
Nah, we'll do it. We'll
Okay.
do it. We'll do it now. It pops back in. Whoosh.
It's a great spell.
It's like a pause, reset, pause. As you do, as it pops back in, everybody that's been holding an action goes off. Pugil, what do you do?
I shoot him with a toothpick.
All right, toothpick, take a shot.
If he dies right now, I'm just gonna crap.
Hey,
21.
take what you can get.
21's a hit.
Awesome.
21 hits.
Yes.
3 points of damage. Have a toothpick.
All right. Hey,
Right in
you
the
were-
other nose.
You're the first one to get him down to double digits. Good job, Pugil.
There's more toothpicks where that came from.
That means he's
Gooseneck.
still in the 90s, you guys. High 90s. 96, right? Or somewhere in there. Oh, we're dead.
Gooseneck hit him.
All right, here we go. Crap. I got a 10.
All right. That you just
Wait a minute.
you're over ready. Oh, not quite there. He didn't come back exactly where you expected.
Does he have advantage though? Right?
He does not have advantage, unfortunately.
Oh. I tried. Sorry.
You tried. It's worth a try. Yeah, his body was writhing. You thought it would be one place. It was a little bit different. Corncob, it's your turn.
Summon Water Boy, attack the Remoraz.
Okay, so you summoned the water elemental. The water elemental, we're going to use this mini for the water elemental. Comes up out of the water behind it. Make your attack, Corncob. You attack for the elemental.
Okay, I can't remember. Oh, I don't know.
Well, it's okay. You can roll a d20. I'll take care of the rest.
Okay, I have a 17.
That is a hit. The water elemental.
Without any, I don't use my bonuses, right?
Nope, the water elemental's bonuses,
Okay.
but that's a hit with the water elemental's bonus. Roll is damage. That is 2d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
And it actually attacks twice, so you get to attack one more time.
So 16,
All right.
and then the second attack, I roll again, right?
Yep.
That's a 14.
That misses as it comes
Okay.
out.
That's fine.
Just could not get that other slam off.
Well, I just called him into being. He's probably a
Yeah,
little
he's
groggy.
a little bit. And it's brisk water. Okay, Abran.
All right, couple arrows. Here we go. First one is good. Is it 19? I got a 7. Thank God
Yes,
my 12 is
right
there.
between its eyes.
So 19 points of damage on the first one, since he's already hurting with my Colossus Slayer.
Okay.
And then second arrow is released. That's a 20 to hit with 14 more points of damage.
Ooh.
I forgot to add. I guess the water elemental didn't get my bonus probably from the bard.
You could no, I guess not. No. It
Okay,
wouldn't.
that's fine.
You still
Just
have that
occurred to me
use.
that's probably still going.
Yep, it is. And so Fathom.
Right. 2 Eldritch Blasts
I love it.
that don't hit.
What? Neither of them? Okay.
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
All right.
Oh, we need some targeting goggles.
Boom, boom. Chunks of ice sort of fall down from the ceiling where you hit up into it.
I didn't
Stormtrooper.
understand the plan, sorry.
Need a little reticule mounted on your finger or something.
That's okay. All right, Kay.
Hey, nice try. It's the thought that counts.
I will shoot
No,
it.
it's the hit
Okay.
that counts.
And I'm still going to miss. I got a 14.
14. Yep, it does sort of fly by. Okay, so now we go back to rounds in their normal spot. I'm just going to act as though what happened was sort of a interjection into this, and therefore, Gooseneck, it is your turn.
Ooh, goody. All right. Well, first thing I'm going to do is zap it with my Storm Aura. So
Oh.
Dex DC 15
Failed.
failed. So he gets the full brunt. 6-sided die. One. My dice are cold.
Well,
All right.
not as cold as this for Morez.
But that was so 1
You
point of
did have
lightning
your
damage.
Yeah, 1 point.
And here we go. And I'm going to whack it. This time I'm going to get it. 14 plus 7, 21.
Yes.
Or 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Whew. And as you hit it for that 9 points of damage, 14 points of damage of fire comes splashing back at you in the form of...
Dang it.
But
I have a reaction still, don't I?
you do.
I'll dampen it.
You want to
All right, you
to
take
save
7.
it for yourself?
Nope.
7 points of
Okay.
damage instead.
Thanks.
I got Water Boy between me and him.
All right.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, second
Chop
attack.
this sucker's head off. Come on.
Yeah.
14.
14
Oh.
does not hit. Woof. That. I mean,
Swing
even
and
though it was
miss.
reduced, the fiery blood in your eyes and face was painful and distracting. Fathom, your turn back there.
All right, more Eldritch Blasts.
Light him up.
Let's see. 18. Does 18 hit?
It does.
All right. One of them hit. 4. 3 points of damage. I'm over here with the toothpicks as well.
All right. Still something. Okay, so, all right. It sort of slinks down. It sees the elemental behind it. It sees you, Corncob, and Abran. It sort of hones in on Abran for some reason
Because it's his challenge.
and sort of whooshes over this way. As it does, it leaves
Gotta quit
your...
standing next to the adventurous elf.
It leaves your range, Gooseneck. Gooseneck, you may take a free swing at it if you want to.
All right.
Cut it in half.
That. 21.
21, a solid hit.
14 points of damage.
14, and I will say 14 points of blood damage fire spray across you as well.
Man.
Oh, every
Man, I
time you
need
take
some-
a whack, it is just spewing hot,
God, I hate this
fiery
thing.
blood.
I know. It's
Ouch.
really sad.
The Hydra would just be dead by now. I mean, there's no way. This thing would beat the hell out of a Hydra.
Abran, let me get my Pete's Dungeon dice out here.
Okay.
This thing takes a bite at you.
Mhm.
That is a 21 to hit you.
That hits me.
Okay. Again, I'm going to blame Ron, Dave, or Ed for these Pete's Dungeon dice. And you take 33 points of piercing damage, and you take 17 points of fire damage, and you are grappled in its mouth as it's sort of grabbed onto you, Abran. Which means you're really not in a position to use your bow at the moment.
No.
But you're there in its mouth.
Yeah.
And it is Kay's turn. Kay, you watch it pick up Abran like he's the young babe elf that he is.
What was the total damage that you took, Abran?
50.
Wow.
3d6 in order, baby. Might be rolling a new one.
Mm.
Ouch.
Yeah, Kay, it's your turn.
Yep, I will shoot at it.
Okay.
And this time, finally, I got a 25.
Nice.
Ooh,
Yes.
solid arrow.
All right.
It's definitely
Is,
within 5 feet.
anybody close enough?
Yeah, Abran.
Yeah. I in its mouth.
No one knows what it's like to
All
be
right,
the
so that's a
lizard man.
total of 17.
To
17.
be eaten.
All right. So as you hit it from range, more of its blood sort of spews out over Abran. You're okay, Abran. You're just preparing for the worst. It looks quite a bit injured after that, but does not drop Abran. You comfortable where you are, Kay? You good? Okay.
Yeah,
Pugh.
I'm fine there.
Pugh from the back there. You're just pretty much at the very back, except that you've pushed Morgoth behind you.
Could I cast my mage hand spell to massage the thing's throat so it'll swallow? Rather than do that, I think I'll just shoot it with a toothpick.
I was very tempted. I mean, yes, the answer would be yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
I'm just
Thanks
going to
for your
shoot it
vote.
with
All
a
time
toothpick.
for another coup de grace toothpick.
I miss. I'm distracted
no.
by the temptation of mage hand.
Should I save him?
Oh, well, I rolled a 12.
Save him or help swallow.
Yeah.
Abran, it is your turn. You feel like you narrowly avoided the wrath of a bitter gnome.
Well, you know, that might have been part of you might have just interrupted fate. That might have been part of his test.
Yeah,
So
he needs to be swallowed.
I do have a dagger.
You do have a dagger.
Me,
you
so
could use it from within his mouth.
I reach for my dagger, and I have an 18. Does 18
yes.
hit?
Wow, you jam it up.
Wow. Okay, so
Hot lava blood flies all over you.
9 points of 7 plus 7, 14 points of damage with a dagger.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's
So
like,
first
and
I'll say
I get a yeah.
You jam in, you get 14 points of damage, and it
more
just
fire, though.
screeches up.
Yeah.
You take 9 points of fire damage as the blood just pours hot fluid, lava-like blood over your arm, and the Remoras backs up, lurches for a moment, and falls.
Ooh.
You have slain the Remoras.
Yes!
Finally.
Abran.
Good job. Good job, Abran.
Good job, Abran. Everybody else.
Abran needs some serious healing right now.
I think we could all use a little rest and some healing.
Yeah.
So it falls. Poosh. As it falls, it before it even hits the ground, it sort of transforms, and the only thing falling to the ground is this velvety sky blue cloak that lands gently and softly onto the ground.
And I thud to the ground.
And then you follow right after it.
That's an expensive cloak.
Well, I'm probably laying on the cloak.
It was a
We didn't even
softer
get to
fall.
keep the Remora's parts. Those were valuable, if I recall.
Yeah.
They would have been too, huh?
I was
But we
making
got a
plans.
cloak.
Yeah,
I-
the
Okay, elf,
elf is
with the
bleeding
cloak
all
on.
over right now.
Yeah, goggle that cloak.
I'm pretty sure Waterboy can get out the stains.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, it's sort of the temperature in here goes from bitingly cold to just chilly.
Has anything else changed in the room?
Natural level
No.
chili or still freaky chili?
You just got your magic cloak that you wanted all this time.
It's it's not going to catch you hypothermia chili. It's almost like a 50-degree below the ground chili.
Okay.
Well,
So the ice is kind of evaporating.
Yeah, it's starting to. It doesn't melt away, but it's just sort of the frost, almost the crystals recede into normal cavern-like work.
I'd like to check out the cloak and take a look at it and see if there's any elven writing or runes or symbols or anything like that on it.
Okay. So you first grab it and you look at it and make an investigation check.
Okay.
Hey, let him borrow his sword, your sword, so he can poke it with it.
I would say I got a 15.
No.
The cloak is 15 investigation. You do find some runes on it. They do look elven. It doesn't tell you what it is. Kind of as you're feeling it, it's very comforting feeling, almost like it would warm you if you put it on.
Oh, it's a Linus cloak.
He has a security blanket now.
So if it feels so warm, I put it on.
Oh, okay. Just going right to
Oh,
the
now
put
he's
it on.
dissolved.
I like that.
Well, that was a nice adventure. Let's go home.
So you
One
put it
for my
on.
homie the elf.
You feel this excited sort of tingling, this energy. It's going to take you an hour to sit down with this, get familiar with what exactly it does before you get an idea. But you do feel that it is magical for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you must be destined to wear it.
He feels that about
Half
everything.
brands blue.
Yeah,
I know.
right. That's why it wasn't.
I'm worried.
A hard
I'm worried he's
leap.
got to start going through Pond Far or something like that.
He might. You don't know what it is yet, and we will get back to what you find out it is next time we play, because that's where we're going to end tonight's game.
Cliffhanger.
Are we going to stop here or we go back to the boat?
You can go back to the boat, unless you want to stay here an hour. It's going to take an hour for him to get comfortable with the cloak. So,
Well, some of us need to have a lie down.
This whole thing was to get him a
lie down.
We need to heal
Cloak?
up, and
Oh my
I
gosh!
think we're all
well,
hurting pretty
the
much.
whole thing was actually just to get you get back there. Oh, very interesting. You've got back there scrawling away.
He was probably supposed to do this by himself too. I bet.
So, is
Badass
that
is
sword that I stuck in the hole completely gone?
Was it magical, Abraham?
Yes, it was.
It was magical?
Yeah.
No, then it's not completely gone. You find it down here.
It's just a hilt.
No.
Luckily, it was magic. Yeah.
If it was magical, you find it down here. You see the hilt of it sort of sticking out of the water as though you could pull it out.
Okay.
It is not harmed or injured. It is just as you left it. You simply did not have it for this journey.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay. Well, I am looking forward to giving you the information on what that cloak does in 2 weeks when we pick this back up.
I have to wait 2 weeks?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
You were just wrapped in a remora that turned into a cloak, and then you wrapped yourself in the cloak. It's just a cloak-shaped remora.
Yeah.
I was down.
You
down
get
to
now when
15
people
points.
stab you, you do your blood spews fire. Maybe.
Yeah, now you got acid blood on top of your fungal tendencies.
Now he's engaged and he's coming back and having
Well, Aberrant, so this was some kind of rite of passage or anything? Is there anything else that happens, or
you
besides the
suspect,
cloak?
Abran, your knowledge of
Grow your
elven
first Pugh.
customs is that this island was likely something that elves that didn't live here but native to the area would probably send warriors to, or maybe just people within their group that they needed to pass a trial to the location to do a trial and then back home again. These runes, everything about it seems more temporary than permanent, but
So does this whole thing reset after we leave and for the next ritual?
Well, why don't we try? Why don't we see?
Yeah, let's
Maybe we could all
farm
get a
it.
cloak. A couple
Let's
weeks,
just farm this.
a little bit of work.
Hell, we could all have cloaks on, and whatever pops up, maybe random things.
Yeah, it's spoken like someone
Maybe
who
it's
has
random
played
monsters
some,
too.
MMORPGs for sure.
Yeah, little Dark Souls. You can farm this thing. Keep going.
I say next time we see a remora, we run away.
You've encountered a few in your time.
And I did not avoid any of those times.
No,
did the Hydra turn into anything good when it died?
Be
the
fighting
Hydra
a
did not
narwhal
turn
for a
into
Tootsie
anything
Roll or
good,
something.
unfortunately, when it died.
Just the
Does it have valuable bits?
Well,
it disappeared.
That was the problem with this being a trial. The only thing you got out of this
The
is
valuable
that cloak.
trinkets are the cloak.
Yep.
So I say we each take a piece of the cloak.
Yeah, Jason was right.
Get out your scissors.
It was an elven cloak.
Now
I
he's
feel destined
king of
for
a long-forgotten race of elves.
It is an elven cloak, though. That much you know. Tell you the rest later. So, thank you, everyone, for joining us. I am going to, well, first, thank you again to Reaper Miniatures. Reaper Miniatures, thank you so much for allowing me to cause chaos and havoc in D&D on your channel. Thank you to all the players. Wonderful. I don't think there was any secret hidden sculpts in here this time around, but in the future, everything you've seen before. And thank you to all of you who've watched it. We have some stuff coming up in 2 weeks. I will say, I will take this opportunity to say tomorrow on Nightheart Gaming, which is channel I usually DM for, we have a special stag party that we've been postponed due to viruses and things. But people are coming down, so this is going to happen tomorrow, finally, from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Same time as it was tonight, but on Nightheart Gaming. And I'll let all the players say goodbye in their own way, plug what they want to, or do as they wish. I'll start up with Bobby.
Nothing to plug. I just want to say thanks, Frank, and all the supporting Nightheart folks, and that was super fun. I'm glad most of us lived.
Thank you, Bobby. Gene.
Hey, I had a great time. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Justin, and everybody else that helped out. And it's good to be back. Can't wait to continue the adventure on the ship. But this was fun for sure. A lot of fun.
Thank you, Jason.
Well, I had a blast. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, everybody on the staff. Thanks, Justin. It was always enjoyable. I do have one thing I'd like to mention is our friends at RBJ Games actually have a Kickstarter going for some Wood Elves that I believe Mr. Bobby Jackson may have had a hand in. So you might want to go check that out.
Definitely. Kickstarter, RBJ Games. All right, Michael.
Hey, had fun. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Justin. Justin's the best producer around. He did such a fabulous job. Thanks for everybody that were watching tonight. The music was fun. I enjoyed the more dramatic music. That piano that was going on was really cool. Thanks to all the folks that paint the miniatures. We've seen the Remoraz before, but they have excellent paint job on that. Excellent paint job on the Hydra as well. Got some fun battles. So yeah, had a great time. Thanks again.
Thank you. Rhonda.
Yeah, I mean, me and Jen come at the end, so our thanks are superfluous at this point. But we do thank everyone, and I had a great time. It was great to. I'm glad we had our lizard man back for this. Holy crow!
Oh yeah. Well, your thanks are more sincere than Bobby's. Everybody can tell that.
And also, Reaper has a Kickstarter going right now. Just if you want it in on baseball,
they do. You're right.
Baseballs. I forgot to thank the Meat Shield for being back this time. It's been 2 weeks that Abran had to be in the front, and he's a little bit more fleshy than the Lizard Man is. So glad to have the Meat Shield back.
Yeah, these creatures hurt.
Well, but now you've gone through your maturity test, so
Got to see what this cloak does. Yeah, I'm excited.
We'll have a deeper voice next time we play.
Yeah, or it might crack a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably an Elven school uniform.
Yeah.
Jen.
I do think it's funny that Abran went through a some kind of trial and came out with the blankie at the end.
Yeah, why not?
That's very accurate. I like it.
Let's all make fun of
In
the
any
elf.
case, thank you, Frank. Had a great time as usual. Thank you, everyone, for playing. I'm also curious to see what it turns out that he got.
Looking forward to you all finding out. And then Justin, thank you. I'm turning it over to you for any raids or Reaper announcements that we need to. Thank you, Justin, for all you do.
No problem. Thank you, of course, to all the people playing in the game, particularly Frank DMing and Anne and all the technical stuff, because I really can't take much credit for it, even though Michael often gives me all the credit in the world. In fact, that donut right there,
I'm there
really
for you, brother.
deserves more credit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
You're welcome.
By the way, what I said in the middle of the game was I was asking Frank if he could have a stalactite fall and hit you in the head. He didn't do that, unfortunately.
His least vulnerable spot, though.
Yes. But thank you, everyone who was watching. Especially we saw some new people. So we do this every other week on Fridays, and we have a lot of fun with it. So we're going to be raiding Holly Monster because she looks like she's streaming late.
Oh, good.
So she doesn't. Yeah, she hasn't been streaming in a while. So say hi to her for us, and have a great rest of your weekend.
Well, and all our previous adventures are up on Reaper Miniatures YouTube channel.
Yes, they are.
That too. They're also the more recent ones, at least the 90 days worth, are on Twitch as well. So
in case journal,
the ones past that.
I mean, we're in like the 50s episode, or 39. Sorry, this is 39.
Correct. So, yeah, 39.
We're getting there. We're close.
We are getting there. Yes. Even though there was a naming issue at one point.
Finally, they all come of age. 39th episode.
30.
When does that work for gnomes and dwarves? When do we get our little coming of age deal?
Oh, all right. Thank you, folks. Have a great night, and we'll see you later.
Good night,
wave,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye.
Wave. Okay, thank you, Donut. All right.
Bye. Bye-bye.